I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today I got Snoopy here with us so we can take a closer look at the Thule Allax dog carrier. So let's check them out. So yeah, this is going to be for anyone who's looking for something to help your dog be more comfortable on those rides and just be safe, because there's only so much you can control on the road. And a way we can make our dog more comfortable in these is making sure you grab the right cage for them. And you can do that by just getting your dog's measurement. That's just me getting a measurement from the bottom of their paw to the top of their shoulder, and then pairing that up with the right cage for them. And part of the reason why it is important to get the right cage for your animal or your dog is to make sure they're going to be in there comfortably. Because if you need to make any quick stops, you want to make sure that they're not going to be hitting the sides of here, and they're going to have plenty of room to really sit there and not feel crowded. And this is going to have an escape hatch on it, so if anything were to happen, you can't access the hatch of your vehicle, you need to get your dog out of there quick, all you have to do is put your rear seats down, and then you'll be able to come over here, pull this trigger down, and this door opens up. If you need it completely out of the way, you can just take it completely off, and we can take Snoopy out of here. We're going to give Snoopy a little bit of a break so he can recover at his trailer, but we'll bring him back at the end of the video. For now, let's just kind of focusing on some of the big things that stand out about this cage, and one of those is going to be the design of it. So with this type of design, you're going to notice we have these railings that go across on all sides except for the very back, and what this is going to do is provide plenty of ventilation so they can properly breathe, and it's also going to allow us to see our dog to make sure they're doing okay on those longer rides. And another benefit that I really like is that you can come over here and these slots are going to be big enough where if you want to feed them a treat, you can do that. Another part of this design that I really do appreciate is that this can expand. So the way we can do that is I'll take it out here so we can get a better look at that. You're going to have a little gray lever on either side. You pull that and this will telescope out or in. Now that I don't have this strapped inside my vehicle, it's a little bit harder to do outside of here, but you can see how much space we can save or how much space we can expand. Because your dog is probably going to grow a little bit sometimes, and you might need a little bit more space at one point. Or if your dog's outside of your vehicle at the moment, maybe hanging out with some of your friends, and you need to go somewhere real quick and save a bit of space inside your vehicle, you can collapse this back down so you can put more stuff back there. So we've already shown off the small one in there so far, but this is what the medium one's going to look like. And this is important to take into account not only for your pets, your dog, but for how much space in our vehicle. Already here you can see this is taking up a lot more space, and this is just the medium one. Now I will say all of these I have today, I do have in the extended position. So let me just put this one right over here. I'll grab the large one. And I will say, of course, the bigger ones are going to weigh a little bit more, but they are pretty manageable for the most part. The biggest thing you're going to come across is them just being a little bit awkward to move around. And as you can see right here, this large one won't be able to fit in our Pathfinder unless we kind of compact that down some. Definitely important to take note of. Now let me just grab that extra large one so we can really see how that looks. And this one is pretty similar in weight to the large, but the height is a little bit higher. It's going to be a little bit hard to see behind you when you're driving around, but for the total length, it's going to be pretty similar to that large. Another thing I want to point out is the safety aspect of them, because these things have been tested, so they've been tested for collisions on the front, the rear, and even rollovers. And part of the reason why these do such a good job at protecting your animals or your dogs is because it's going to have this impact zone. And that impact zone is going to crumple and absorb the collision so your dog doesn't. All of them are going to be pretty smooth. And what I mean by that is the door, for example, is going to have these gas struts. So it's going to hold itself in place. It's not going to close on you. It won't hit your dog. It stays open. Something I really appreciate, because taking your dogs in and out of here can be a little bit of a hassle if they're pretty rambunctious. And the other thing to this is there's really no rattling. And that's going to be nice when you're on those longer car rides. You don't have to hear this squeaking and just moving around the entire time you're driving. And you notice when I close this, it doesn't slam shut. That's really important for our animals that are in here so we don't spook them when we close this. And one last thing I like about this kit is it's going to come with 2 sets of keys. So if you ever just step away from your vehicle just for maybe a couple seconds or a minute, no one's going to be able to come over here, open this up, and take your dog. Now, when it comes to actually securing this to your vehicle, it's actually a pretty easy process. I already got a couple straps in here now. The best practice for this is to use all 4 of your straps that come with this kit in all 4 corners. So you'll notice these other 3 here. I'll show you how to put this one on. So we're just going to find a anchor point in your vehicle and use this. Now everyone's vehicle is going to be a little bit different, so you might have a different location. But what I'm going to do is use the top rung of the cage right here, loop that through, and then just connect it over here. We're just going to make sure there's a lot of tension on this, so it's nice and tight. We don't want our furry friends going anywhere. And afterwards, give it a good shake. If you find that you're a little bit loose on some spot, just tighten it back there too. But that's pretty much it when it comes to installing this on your vehicle. Now, in my opinion, I think this is probably going to be the top choice for me personally. If I'm looking for something that's going to be easy to use, it's going to be comfortable for our animals, and most of all, it's going to keep them safe on those drives. That's pretty much it. And if you guys do decide to go with this, let us know how it's working for you in a review, and if it has made carrying your dog feel a little bit easier to do on those longer car rides. But again, I'm Matt, and this is Snoopy, and thanks for watching.